at New Native, the owner of LabLab.ai, we utilize quantitative methods to identify and forecast technology changes. And this brings the question, really, will AI replace you? And there's a simple answer that we will start. I'll give you the answer straight off in the beginning. Not if you start your career with AI. And you've just caught the best time to start with AI. So there's not there's never been a better moment to do it than today. So AI is really changing the way we build and operate software. And it's very important to understand how does that impact the global economy, because you are part of the global economy if you're starting to work with AI. A lot of top talent is actually leaving big technology companies right now for smaller ventures, which means that there's a lot of room to actually join bigger companies. And there's a lot of room to work with people that really know a lot of data, they know a lot of process, they have a lot of insider knowledge from big tech companies, and you can start working with them. AI is also on this tremendous journey. So specifically inside artificial intelligence, neural networks and models that are called transformers have drastically scaled their performance over the last 24 months. So I think that's one of the crucial elements why it's a perfect moment to get into AI right now. And this has specific impact. So actually AI is becoming industrialized. So it's instantly usable for many companies, for many individuals. And regardless if you're an architect or you're a developer or you're a gardener, internal designer, if you are a writer, social media specialist, AI will impact your life in the next 24 months. And it's a hell of a ride, actually. So you should be ready. You should buckle up. You should be prepared. Yeah. So why is it important? Because we know that you can build AI native software 10 times faster right now. And this has tremendous impact in terms of how people start to think about, okay, how can I solve this problem? Like when you come across any problem right now and you're sitting in front of a computer or you're holding your phone, any problem that you come up across, you will be able to solve that problem with artificial intelligence, or at least drastically improve the speed and the cost in which this problem is solved. And this will be the same for whether you're building a startup. So if you want to start your career with AI and build an idea, build a startup, or you're already inside an organization and you want to level up, you want to build your competence level with artificial intelligence, there is room to improve. And this is the craziest thing about artificial intelligence today, is that when you get in it right now, you start building and learning today, it will progress so rapidly for you. So your skill level will explode. And this is an extremely important element of starting to build with artificial intelligence. About us a little bit more, like how can you get started? So this is one idea. Go to join 15,000 people, and basically there's almost 1,000 teams, and you can build anything in AI that your heart desires. So you can learn and start your career very, very quickly by just going to lablab.ai and signing up for one of the events. There will be a team of mentors and team of supporters, experienced team members, and effectively they can onboard you into any technology that you wish. And if you build something really great, we invite you to actually also join our pre-seed accelerator program, so you can effectively build your startup and join our accelerator. And we are there daily to support you. So Matthias, Simon, who are our co-founders, my co-founders, they're really brilliant people, and they can actually get to help you start your career with AI together with me. So what are the changes really? And what are we thinking when we say that the world is going to change because of artificial intelligence? So AI, it's sometimes called machine intelligent. It's intelligence that's demonstrated by machines, and it allows computers to create functions or identify correlations in data. Because of the speed in which it conducts these activities, it is unparalleled in efficiency, cost, and result. So it's not something that is up for debate. These are basic facts. The use of artificial intelligence or machine intelligence in computers and other machines. So before, like even a few years ago, it was never automatic. So it always required the knowledge of coding languages, and it required command-specific knowledge. So this is drastically changing right now. There is no need to know a lot of information to get started with AI. And the reason for this is a technology called AI transformers. So you might have just stumbled on lately in a magazine article or a blog post or anywhere in a YouTube video about the thing that is called generative AI. So AI transformers are generative AI. And it all started 2016 with a very, very innovative research paper called Attention is All You Need. So fast forward today, traditional AI has leveled up x8 in the last 24 months, and generative AI or transformers have leveled up 275x in the last 24 months. So this means today, right now, this is the first day when you realize everything is changing and the game will be different. So until now, there was a lot of hype about artificial intelligence. So you might have heard AI this, AI that, and it was never real until late 2019. And then this year, at the end of this year, we are witnessing a transformation of how we interact with computers. And this will have severe, long-lasting, multi-year impact on everybody that is working with computers or any form of technology. There are specific technological elements that are causing this. So this is not just because models are getting bigger and we're getting better at understanding them. We know that hardware performance is also accelerating. So it's almost like a stacking follows that, or is actually exceeding the speed of the capital availability. So the capital needs to catch up. So what this means for you is that whenever you join any company or start working with artificial intelligence today, in 24 months, there will be more money in it. There's no way to lose if you start building with artificial intelligence today. And just to show you what it means to accelerate so rapidly. So when you think about the amount of money that's needed to train AI, that is also exploding. So the computation requirements are actually going higher, higher, and higher. But the cost of training the AIs is actually dropping. So this means that the performance is going up, yeah, the capacity of the models is going up, but the actual cost of training AI is dropping drastically. This means that everybody will have an AI. Yeah, not today, not tomorrow, but in a few years, if you will not understand how to use AI for your benefit, it will be very, very hard for you or for anybody on the planet to actually compete in the workspace. And I want to show you a few examples that actually empower you and give early adopters unfair advantage. So these will not be very specific. They will be very general, just to get you onboarded into the world of AI. So this is an example where we see content creation. So you basically ask artificial intelligence, in this case GPT-3, to create a long form medium style article that has a specific subject around the startup ecosystem. And you can see that instantly the system recognizes the request and writes down the article, and the article will be extremely high quality. So this impacts copywriters, this impacts content creators, writers, storytellers, right? It also has tremendous impact on day-to-day tasks. So when you think about creating any task, in this case, let's say your boss asks you to sort all the countries according to continent, or any financial data that needs to be sorted. You can basically ask the AI, you just give all the data in any unstructured format, and you write down the specific command, and the instruction is basically list all of the countries according to continents and separate them by commas. And the function that would normally take hours to perform for any human, without any coding skill, can be instructed to an artificial intelligence engine to perform that task. And one of the biggest disruptors that's coming is coding. So it's no secret today in the coding communities that tools like GPT-Chat, Codex, Copilot, and Google models have just completely changed the game in terms of what it means how to code and what it means how to understand function. But just for people that have not seen it in action before, you can basically now use plain language to instruct artificial intelligence to create something, and the code will be written automatically. So you can actually say, create a pink circle in the middle of the square. And you can see on the right-hand side, the code is executed very naturally, and the pink circle is created. Now we can ask, when hovering my mouse above the circle, animate it to twice its size. And the code is executed. So think about it and turn it into a square. So think about the consequences of creating graphical art or creating user interface. If you can be detailed enough to explain your idea to the AI, you can actually have the code executed by artificial intelligence. What this means that expertise is still super relevant, and you need to know what you want and how to describe it, but the speed of execution of the underlying function has drastically changed to a level that is unattainable, and unattainable by any human. So humans, unfortunately, don't stand a chance in the speed of which the tool is working, but they still need to be there to know what is the outcome that is desired. And one other example that's very cool is that we can, for example, see an SQL request, just natural language written, and the AI goes into a database structure and basically retrieves the query. So this is relevant for whenever you would normally go to a support ticket in a company and ask the developer team to retrieve a data set out of a database. That whole process does not need to exist anymore if you use AI. And visual artist, and here I think this is the one that strikes the most into the imagination of our audiences, is where we have DALL-E, or where we have Mid-Journey, Stable Diffusion based, and we can basically use natural language, so text prompts, we can now use to actually create a specific graphical design. So here we are asking for a Shiba Inu dog wearing a beret and a black turtleneck, and the photo should be realistic. So obviously anybody that tried to put a turtleneck on a Shiba Inu know that it's very difficult. So this is not a real photo, and no animals were harmed during the creation of this video. Also, we did try to put sunglasses on a Shiba Inu, and they don't like it, so don't try it at home. But you can maybe create an interior design for your living room, or you want to change the color of your couch, or you would like to design a new car or a pair of shoes. This is where this technology is heading to allow you to achieve these results. So, the conclusion. Artificial intelligence has become usable. And this means that today we are all builders. Gone is the day where you had an idea and you couldn't build it. You can build anything you like right now. You can build a snowman that is a square snowman. And if you've ever seen a snowman, it's usually quite round. And you don't need to do that. You can just build a square snowman. You can ask DALL-E or Midjourney to build a square snowman for you, and they will do it. And you can then execute code for the snowman to start to walk. And it's as simple as learning some basic prompting. And this means that we are all builders now. This has consequences also socially. So building actually makes us grow. Yeah, like when you build something, you're very proud. So these are my kids. These are not anybody else's kids. And my son in the first photo, and in this photo as well. And they've built an igloo, and they're very proud. And when you build something with artificial intelligence, it gives you a feeling of such immense power and such immense pleasure that you just want to keep on building. And that's the real power of artificial intelligence, is that it keeps you building. And the best part, you don't have to do it alone. You can build together, right? So because this is all done in an online environment, you can actually find people across the world that share your passion, and you can build together. So for me, it really brings the fun forward, and it brings the internal child out of all of us, where we can start to write anything we like. We can start to paint anything we like, take a photo of anything we like, and then actually turn that into functioning businesses, right? And this means for me is that we have entered the era of the builders. The builders will be our future. And the question that you have in front of you is, are you a builder? Or can you become a builder with artificial intelligence? Because if you can achieve that, if you can start to build with AI, then you will never be alone, and you will never have to worry about a job or a career. And that's my honest advice to everybody. So whether you're in Silicon Valley, just quit your job and start a career with AI, or you got fired, and that's happening in a large scale. So just in tech companies, there's 140,000 people laid off in 2022, and I'm sure across the world, from Australia through Indonesia towards India, Africa, Europe, South America, and the US, there will be a wave of people getting laid off because of the slowdown of the economy. So this is your single biggest opportunity in life to start to build something with AI, or to get your career going with artificial intelligence. So this is a huge shift. So don't think it will not affect you. It will affect everybody. Just in the next 24 months, 85 million people, in the next 5 years, 85 million people will get displaced by artificial intelligence, but that doesn't mean that AI will replace you. It actually means that more than 100 or almost 100 million jobs will be created, and the biggest business will be for the people that reskill and upskill. There's nothing better that you can do because there's a growing demand, not a decreasing demand. We need more people that will build with AI. We actually need 100 million people that will build with AI. And we're on track to help you with that. And you should definitely join us because we just have 15,000 today, but we are wanting to get that 100 million people to build with us. Now, what's the kind of easy output to think about? If you use artificial intelligence, your productivity increases by 70%. And that's today. So today you start by learning the basics of using transformer models, generative AI models, and in many cases, whatever your job is, your productivity skyrockets. Now, this is only the beginning because in the next years, that will actually double. So you will be able to increase your productivity year on year, and it will not slow down. And whether you're a software developer or an accountant or a bookkeeper or a lawyer or a paralegal, or you're working in admin support or in the office, or you're a farmer, if you start to use AI, your productivity will go through the roof. And this means that you will just be better at what you are doing. And this explosion of productivity is happening right now. It's happening in a lot of ways in very developed countries like Sweden, where our headquarters is at New Native AB, and in the US, where we do the majority of our work, but it actually goes across the world to Asia, to Europe, and we believe that if people start to learn AI across the world, this graph will not be true. It will actually be the same in Singapore and in Indonesia and in Brazil and in the US. So our productivity will skyrocket across the world. So this is the era of the AI maker. And it doesn't really pick like where you're from. You can be from any ethnic background, you can be of any gender, you can be of any material status, and you can get to use AI basically today. And doing that through us is the way to do it, because that's the best way to do it. But there's hope, like there's a lot of excitement and hope. So people are building careers in AI across the whole industry spectrum. And we see hundreds and hundreds of new companies and old companies creating new technologies with artificial intelligence. And these are billion-dollar companies. Yeah. So in many cases, we are experiencing a real explosion of where you can get your skill set ready around artificial intelligence and join some of these companies into the future.